Hello, hello. How is everyone tonight? It's time for some creative time with Sandy from Ledoux Designs. Super glad to see you guys pop in. I thought tonight would be fun to work on a card. I have a lot of birthdays this month. So I thought that I would work on a potential birthday card for Dale. Hey Diana, how are you? Super happy to see you here. I'm going to give it just a little bit of time for more people to pop in before I start sharing news. So I'll start with what we're going to do tonight. So I want to work on a card for Dale for his birthday. He's not home right now. He'll probably be home before it's over. Hey, Marianne, how are you? But he'll probably be home before it's over, so he'll probably see it anyway. But hey, we're going to do it anyway. You've dusted off your Copic markers. Yay! Hello, Cheryl. So tonight we're going to use this Lego stamp set. Hi, Beth, because it's called Built for Love. It's just so cute. You have to build your own Lego man of the 3D printer object. I want a huge sneak peek of the 3D printer object. Some of it has been in the past videos. Some people pick up on it and some don't. So I haven't pointed them out. But that was not what I had on the agenda tonight, although you can probably hear the printer running right now. It's been running like a madhouse. So anyway, we are going to start with this stamp set. And I have this pack of paper from Scrappy Boy Stamps. I really like this paper, and I'm going to tell you, I like it so much, it's almost gone. I don't have a whole lot left. There were 24 sheets, and now there's barely anything. But, Dale likes to dress up. So we're going to dress up, we're going to put some, we're going to dress up his Lego dude. I know this is crazy. What can I say? But anyway, I decided to go with a Thor theme because he does like all of that stuff. So there's this Thor paper with all this like weird writing that they had. And we're going to use a gray card base. We are going to use this one. I always go live at dinner. Yes, I always go live at the same time. It's dinner for you, but it's 8 o'clock here. This is, I'm going to use this paper to paper piece tonight so that we can combine the two. But we're also going to build a background with the Legos as well. So a lot of different things going on tonight. So we don't want to delay on getting started. And in case you missed, this is the Sassy Club stamp set, the Lego one. So just so you know, in case you were curious. See, it's 9 there, Cheryl. Woo, it's late for us. Not late. I'll be up for another couple hours, but you know what I mean. So in order to start out, this is glossy paper. It's not matte paper. So that kind of tends to cause a little bit of trouble sometimes when I'm trying to stamp on it. Hang on, let me straighten my screen. I feel like I'm crooked. Okay. So I want to stamp on it first and give it time to dry while we're talking and coloring and all the good stuff. So I'm going to use the VersaFine Clair. It will need time to dry. So we are going to start off with that. So whenever you're going to paper piece, you really just have to stamp the stamp on right directly on the paper and cut it out. So I want his shirt to have the Thor stuff on it, and I want it to be like right in the center of his shirt. I want it to be right in the center of his shirt. Like, I'm really being particular. And I kind of want it sort of slanted to the side, so that is what I'm going to do. It's going to be a little hard, and I'm going to hand stamp it. I am not going to use the Misty for this, so we'll see how it goes. You know, could be good, could be bad, who knows? You know, sometimes I can stamp super great, and sometimes, well, you know how that goes. So let's test it out, because I haven't used this stamp set yet, and just make sure that we don't need to clean it off anymore or anything like that. So let's just make sure it works on perfect regular paper. So that's good. We know it's gonna stamp smooth. So I'm gonna stamp it again, but this time I'm going to line it up exactly how I want it to match up with this paper. So like I said, I want that. We have lots of paper, so if we mess it up, we can do it again. I want that hammer like right in the center of his shirt. Now this is glossy paper, so it's going to move around, which is a little bit nerve-wracking. But if you hold it, notice how I'm holding it with one hand and pressing with the other. Make sure it doesn't slide around, and then lift it up. It slid just slightly. It's a little low, but I think it'll be okay. I don't know. Let's stamp one more just in case. I kind of think the hammer needs to be up a little bigger, a little higher, because it looks a little funny being so close to the bottom of his waist. So, you know, we don't want to be having no bad shirts. So I'm going to try one more time. I got another hammer over here. Oh, I touched it. And I want the hammer to be up higher. So there we go. All I need is for the shirt area to be clean enough to give me the design that I need to make the shirt out of. This is a lot easier on matte paper, but we just don't find matte paper that often anymore. Hi, Tammy. So this is, there it is. It's perfect. This one was a little too low. This one is perfect, so we're going to use this one for the paper piecing that we're going to do tonight. Now, I'm going to set that aside and let that dry. I think it will take a little bit of time, so we're going to let that dry while we work on some other stuff. I was going to use the Misty to stamp this, but it's going so well that I think I'm just going to go without it. I think I'm just going to, you know, roll on my own. Hi, Tammy. Okay. So I know you guys, there's not a whole lot of people here, so I'll probably have to repeat myself several times throughout the night. But happy early birthday. Yes. Yes, there are lots of birthdays this month. I knew Tammy was going to have one. So what we are working so hard to do is to get everything uploaded onto the website for our grand opening date, which is going to be June 14th. Anybody know why we chose June 14th? I'm gonna let you guys guess. Yes, we do. That's right, Tammy. I knew your birthday was coming up. Yep, so true. We do, we do. Yes, see, and you said it so fast. That is exactly why we picked June 14th. Oh my goodness, Diane, yours is the 29th. Oh, we have so many June babies here. Yay! So yeah, in the morning I haven't decided if I'm going to do it Friday night or Saturday morning when I wake up. But I will be doing a live to show some, well, no, all of the new release that we have. And then I will touch base on what you can find on the website what we will be offering, about our plans, all that kind of stuff. So when I go live, which will either be Friday night or Saturday morning, I will announce it in the group exactly when it's going to be. I haven't decided yet. Yes, because it's mine and Dale's birthday. That is right. That is why we aimed for June. And I will give you guys the information, let you know like things like releases and what you can expect, and the website, of course. If you go now, I hope you have connection. We are camping. Oh, but camping is so much fun. Thanks, Marianne. So it's been a challenge getting here, but we're super excited. Of course, you know, we're starting off, so you'll want to make sure you check back periodically, because we'll be adding other stuff to the site as the days go by. But the basic startup will all be in there by then. It is going to be super easy to get to. It's going to be ladoudesigns.com. Super easy. I've been saying Ladou Designs for a while now, so you guys know exactly what that is. I will put it in the group, of course, and it's going to be really fun. We haven't decided on any of the big details on if there's going to be any drawings or if we're going to do anything. I do not have a design team. I do not have anyone helping. It's just Dale and I. I've done all of the samples and all of the, yeah, we've done everything. So I won't spoil too much too early, but we are making most of our stuff in-house. Almost all of it. Not the stamps. You know, we order those from a local U.S. company. And, but all the other stuff, with the exception of only one thing I can think of, everything else is handmade here by either Dale or myself. So we're super excited. It's taken us a bit to figure out how to make and how to design some things, but we are getting there. So, and we're really excited to share with you guys on all of the stuff that we have. So these Legos, you can put faces on them. So we're going to add the face. I wonder if we should color it first. You know what? Maybe we should color it first. That way I won't smear it. I don't want to smear it. Let's do that. We'll color it and then we'll stamp over top of it. And I can stamp it with VersaFine Clear then, so it'll really stick good and be very dark. Yeah, those who've been following know that I love what I do. It's been really great, and nothing's gonna stop me. So I'm just gonna keep on chugging. I love doing this. I love coloring with you guys. I love crafting with you guys. And so, and I appreciate you guys for supporting. All right, you guys ready to color this little Lego guy? I know Legos are usually yellow, but I have this little Thor girl. This is the girl Thor in a Lego form, and she has regular color skin. She does not have yellow skin, so we are going to use this. Can you divulge if there will be coordinating dies for your stamp sets? There will not in the beginning. Not yet. We have not ventured into the dies yet. Because they don't make them in the U.S., we're not starting off with that. So, yep, I can definitely tell you that. I know some people will be a little disappointed about that, but I mean, we really did check all the avenues, and there really isn't a whole lot I can do about that. So this is going to look like Dale has a big knot on his head because he is bald, so I don't have to color him any hair. But it's a Lego, so we all know it's okay, right? He's okay. Also, my Lego people are different colors also. Yes, I have several of them up here, but you know, I bet you can't guess which one I have the most of. I don't have that many Legos. I think I have most of them out here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 2 of them are the same. Well, they're not the same, but they're the same character. I'll give you a second to think about that. I'll bet you guys will guess it. I would not be surprised. I don't have a lot of Legos, but Cooper is really into Legos. So I bought him Legos at the Dallas Fan Expo this weekend. And Haley says he can't put them down. He said, I love Legos. Hey, Beth, there you are. I was wondering when you were going to pop in. Have you been here? Did you hear the announcement? Do I need to repeat? Let me know. That was E000. Just to put a base coat on there for the skin. I did a couple of coats on the face. I'll probably do another 1 or 2 on the hands, but I'm going to go to RV95 now and just put some shadow area like under his head and around the base where this hand is. And then it's a little hard because he is a Lego, so he's not, I mean, he's kind of round, but the whole thing is round. So a little hard to make a decision on where to put a shadow. But for this guy, I'm going to put it just around here. A little bit around here and a little bit around the bottom. Just so that, and then we're going to blend it fairly well, a little bit more than we blend normally, because I just want it to be a darker shade. I don't want it to be too dark around those edges. June 14th, I'm so excited. Yay, happy birthday. Dale's birthday is the 17th. So we always have 3 days between us. So we always celebrate together. Geminis. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I usually don't look forward to my birthday. I usually don't really do much, so I don't really pay a whole lot of attention to my birthday, but we felt like this year we would celebrate by opening the shop. So I'm really excited about it. I wish I could say it was going to be this huge big shop, but it's gonna start small. But if you guys hang out, we'll get lots and lots of more stuff. So it's just trying to do it all in-house on your own takes time, and yeah, so I'm excited. I do already have the release and all the stuff related, so no worries, no delays. The problem is we've never actually triggered the system to go live. Like if you go to www.ledouxdesigns.com, it will say store coming soon, and it'll give you, like, you can sign up for an email address if you want. I'm not sure how we're gonna do that yet. We haven't set up any plan for sending emails or anything like that. So you can do it if you want. So when we do kick it off, I'm sure we will down the road, then you can do that if you'd like. But for right now, I don't know that I have a plan for that yet. Our family is a lot of July days. The 7th, your niece is the 3rd, brother and grandson are the 5th, son is the 18th. Oh my gosh, June is our month for that. Yeah, so June is our month. Dale's mom, his brother, then me, my cousin is the 10th, and then Dale, and then my mom. So we have a bunch. We have a bunch, but they're in June. June's our month. So I know exactly how you feel. They all come at one time, and then you have to plan for everything at one time. It's such a challenge. E00. I mean, I really just want to tell you guys everything, but I'm going to really try to hold off. Yeah, it's a lot too. It is. And then my sister's wedding anniversary is also in June. So there's a lot. And then there's Flag Day, which I probably wouldn't know if it wasn't on my birthday. It was so fun. I once got a bonus question right on a test when I was like in middle school because I knew when Flag Day was. I was the only one that got it right. And everybody was like, how did you know? I'm like, well, because it's my birthday. So you kind of know when it's your birthday. Look, it looks good. It doesn't look bad. I was worried about it being so like square-ish that it wasn't going to look human. But it worked out good. I like it. So I'm happy about that. So because I didn't talk about the colors because we're talking about everything else, I used E000, RV95, E13, E11, and E00 for the skin on my little Lego. Now, because I'm doing the shirt in this color right here, I'm going to actually, and I want to paper piece it, so I'm going to actually put a light coat of that reddish color on his shirt area with no shading or anything, just to make sure if I didn't cut it exactly right, it will be, it will still look just fine. So that's what I do when I paper piece. I still put the basic color underneath it. R56 is what I'm going to use. It's a little bit more red. Maybe we should double check it. It's a little bit more red. No, it's good. I think it's good. It's good enough. I mean, you're probably not going to see it, but just in case, I want there to be a little bit on there. So maybe we'll put a second coat just to make sure it's dark enough. I don't normally paper piece, but I thought it would be perfect because I really wanted this Lego guy to have a superhero shirt on. So that is what we're doing. Dinner time. Okay. Thanks, Marianne. Enjoy dinner. We had our dinner earlier. Quite a while ago, actually. We were listening to the TV, not watching because we're still working to get things going, but we're super excited. So I wanted you guys to know a little bit ahead of time, which is why I decided to announce tonight. It's not that far away, so you don't have to wait too long. Close to 2 weeks, but we'll be announcing it on each live, so those who are missing it can catch it. I'll also be announcing it in the group soon. It looks like it's still a little wet on the side. So I think what I'm going to do is take like a little napkin or Kleenex or some kind of something. Let me grab a paper towel, a little napkin or whatever that I have over here. And we're just going to lay it on top and try to pick up any extra ink just so that we don't mess it up. So I'm just going to lay this over top and then lift it up. And now it doesn't look wet on the top, except in these two little spots. Okay, now it looks pretty good. It picked up a little bit of ink, not too much, but I was holding it to the side and you could see, like see on this one, how it still looks wet in these corners. I wanted to wipe that off on this one, so that's why I did that. And I don't need his face or anything. I just need this outfit right here. So I'm just going to cut that out and then we'll trim it up. I really just need this shirt right here. I want this shirt for him to wear. So I'm going to cut on the black line. usually fussy cut a little faster, but because this is going to be paper pieced, you have to be just a little bit more careful with it. I'm sure some of you are wondering about some of the former stamp sets that I may have drawn for other companies or whatever. Yes, some of that will make a comeback with modifications. So I revised some of the images, and I don't want this to be a turtleneck, so I'm going to cut it right here. So if there was something you were looking for that you didn't get back in the past, there's potential that you could get it that it'll be offered again. So, yeah, there were a lot. I was shocked at how much I have drawn over the last, 4 or 5 years. There are a few still available that I drew at Pajama Crafter Stamps, and while they're in stock there, I will not be selling those in my shop. But afterwards, when they're not there anymore, then they may make a comeback as well. So I'm taking the red marker that we used for the shirt, and I'm just going to go around the edge to take any of that white color that you can see from the inside of the cardstock, because I don't want that to be an eyesore when I paper piece this. So I tend to do this for sure when I paper piece. And then you don't see all that white part along the edge. So that is what we're doing with that. And I think it's gonna be perfect. There are probably some images that were not out very long at all. So they will seem new to most of you. Look at how cute that is. Sorry I'm late, crafty peeps. Better late than never. So excited for your projects and store. Yay! So glad you're here. I am excited too. And there'll be more. Like right now, I don't have dies. I won't have dies, but that doesn't mean we're never going to have dies. It just means that for right now, it will take us some time. But if you guys know me and been following me a while, I love, love, love to create dies, project dies. So never making any project dies just doesn't seem like me. So I don't think that will happen. I think we will eventually get to the making dies again. Just kind of waiting out some of the logistics of it with the tariffs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I don't even have any contacts for that kind of stuff, because we always made, when I was with Sweet Sentiment, we always made them in the US. So we never had to go to China for anything. So I have to research and investigate further, but I didn't want to keep holding up on doing the store. So we decided to go ahead with the store without dies. So, and if I get excited, I'll just teach you guys how to do it. You'll get instruction sheets, and we'll do lives, and we'll just figure out how to do them just by cutting the paper. I mean, we can do it that way too. You had a deer tick on your phone? Yeah. Hey, thanks, Mom. Mom got me a ring. She gave it to me today. So I put it on. I almost forgot it was on, but I love frogs, so it's a frog. It's so cute. It's very shiny. So I'm just using C9, C7, and C6 to make this guy's pants like a grayish black, because it'll match the colors in the rest of the and the rest of the paper and everything. Ooh, I don't like ticks. I had one when I was little. I thought I was going to die. The little kid down the street had told me if you get a tick, you die. So I lost it. When I found out I had a tick, I thought I was going to die. I cried and acted like a crazy person. You can ask my mom. She's on here. She'll tell you. No secrets. All truths. All truths from us. All right. So that's kind of a cool color. I actually like that. I think that's really neat. Okay, so we got to put this guy's face on. Not face off, face on. Ready? We're going to put his face on and his shirt on. Well, we'll cut him out first. But let's put his face on so it can dry. Oh my goodness. If I mess this up, we have to color again. Just kidding. It will be okay. It is not glossy paper I'm using, so I don't have to worry about that. Oh, deer ticks are bad up there in Canada too. Ooh, I'm so sorry. Oh, look, yay, it worked. Not that I didn't think it would work, but I wasn't sure if I'd smear it or, you know, or win stamp solid, but it did. Yay. I like it. I like it. It looks like Dale, a little bit. All right. Now, you know when I do the mouth, I always like it to have a darker color in it. So we are going to touch up the mouth just a little bit. So RV95, I'm going to get real close to that black, but try not to touch it. I don't want to mess it up or smear it or anything like that. So I'm going to put this color in the mouth. And then I also want him to have a little bit of a tongue. So we're going to use the R12 for the tongue. But he needs to have, yeah, he needs to have a little bit of color in that little mouth of his. So I'm just going to smooth out a little bit around this edge where this color is. There we go. I think that looks cute. I like it. Okay. He made it easy. I didn't have to do any hair or anything because he doesn't have any hair. But this one has hair, so if we had to, we could have done this one. If we needed hair. All right, we're going to cut him out, and then we're going to put his shirt on. I think we should cut him out first. Yeah, we are doing a bit of fussy cutting tonight. We don't always do fussy cutting. I try to do that before the live, but I wanted to do all. I got so excited about coming on here to talk to you guys that I forgot to prepare before the live. But you know, this part of the fussy cutting usually doesn't take me too long to do, so I don't really mind. And don't worry, even though we're finished with that part of the coloring, we still have to build our cards. So we still have a lot to do. And I'm going to use something that will be a sneak peek. So be watching, and I'm sure you guys will target it as soon as you see it. Pretty sure you will. So we'll be using that for our card. Look at how cute this is. How much fun is Legos? My daughter is Lego obsessed. Oh no, you had a moment the power went out. Oh, I hate when that happens. Last night we got emergency notification a sewer line broke near our house. And we were like, ew. But it wasn't real close, but they were saying the water wasn't affected, but don't flush your toilet. I was like, ew. Yikes. But they said they finished it in the middle of the night, so we're all good now. And nobody likes an alert to come across and say something like that. They're like, eeh. Yikes. It wasn't close enough for us to like have seen any of the water or sewage or anything like that, but close enough they wanted us to watch the usage. There we go. See, he's so cute. Needing this work. We're having Lego day for our library. Oh, really? How fun is that? She really thought she was going to die. I told you the infamous tick story. I really thought I was going to die. That's what happens. Little boys tell you things when you're young and you believe them. And they make you... I'm going to cut the inside. These hands are going to bug me. So I'm just going to cut this out. It's okay. Even though they kind of touch when you put it back together, I just wanted that. I want that out of there. I mean, that is the signature for Legos, that the hands look like this. Yeah, we're going to play with the Legos in the set too. I'll show you, and we're almost to that point. But you can do so much with Legos. Just think, you can make the Legos look like people, whoever you want it to look like, or you can put words or things on their shirt so you know who they are. This one has short hair, but you could make your own hair, any kind of hair that you want. You can make your own hair. So these are really versatile. You get a girl face and a boy face. You get the flat Legos and you get the tall building Legos. We're going to use the flat Legos tonight, but, oh, and you get another face over here. I didn't even see that one, but this looks more like Dale. And then, you could really do some fun stuff with that. I also have other Lego, if you need bigger Lego things, I have some ideas for that too. Okay, let's put his shirt on. He's going to have Thor hammer on his shirt. Because, you know, that just makes it more fun. That was a little dried bubble on my glue. There we go. Boys are evil. I know my mom was telling me today that they calculated we've had 26 years of all boys, no girls. That's how long it's been since we've had any girls in the family, like born. Look at that. Oh my gosh. It's so cute. Where is my soda pop press? So I can press this down. Oh, there it is. I think I'm gonna flip it over when I do it so I just don't smear anything. And I'm just gonna press it down real quick. Your checkbook is screaming at you already. Yep. Look at that. Oh my goodness. This is so fun. Okay. So what I want to do for the background of the card, and all I do is put it, in case you weren't looking, all I do is put it on this paper. I mean, we could have done that symbol. We could have done any symbol, or you could put anything on this shirt because it's just so cute. And it's so easy to do. And the little Thor handles are on the sleeves, and there's some other little bit of visual of the hammer. But this is really cute. This came out better than I thought in my mind when I was visually thinking about it. So I definitely want to use this paper, or this paper right here. So this will be our background. And we're going to build like a smaller piece with some Legos on it. So I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see just a little better what I'm doing. I have pulled only 3 colors for the Legos. I'm going to use, let me grab this paper. I'm going to need to cut this paper down, but we can do that after. Let me put my little guy over there. Let me put Dale over there. Okay. Yeah, really. 26 years since we've had a girl, and my niece is having a girl. We're finally going to get a girl in the family. So I'm going to use black, London Fog, and then this rhubarb stalk. I think it says rhubarb stalk. Reddish color for the Legos. So we may have to put Dale on top of a Lego. But I think we're going to do that too. Because why not? We got to have him standing on something because we're going to make him a hammer too. Did you know that? We are making a hammer tonight too. Because, you know, he has to hold the hammer. So I thought this Lego was perfect for him to stand on. And this Lego is perfect for the hammer. I mean, look at how it's the perfect size. So this other paper that I had out that I cut off of already, that's what we're gonna stamp the little block for him to stand on. And the part where we're going to make the hammer, we'll have to draw the handle, but that's okay. I think we can do it. I mean, we should be able to do it. It's not real hard. And we have a sample with this little Thor right here. So it shouldn't be too hard. The two girls were first, then all those years of boys. Yes, they are all very special, but yes, all very much boys. Oh, I hesitated. I thought I was stamping on the wrong paper. I need to do it again. Sorry. One more time. This time I won't hesitate. We'll just stamp. Ta-da! It worked. Yay! I always say that like it's not going to work or something. It always works. And I think we're going to stick with colored Legos rather than doing the typical yellow and blue and that and such. I think we're going to go with the colors. Since we went with skin color, we'll go with the other colors as well. Okay, these are the 4 that I want to do in these 3 colors. So I'm going to take them off. And we're just going to build a scene in the background with Legos flying everywhere. I think it'll be fun. All right, let's set this aside because we have to color this. We'll come back to that in a little bit. Luckily, I have 2 of these blocks, so that works out perfectly because whenever I have a bunch of stamps and I want to use my blocks, I usually, having 2 is very helpful. So I usually put one on one side of the block and then another one on the other side of the block. Not on the same side, because if you put it on the same side, even if you clean it, sometimes when you stamp it like does a little watermark thingy there. So I always put them on opposite sides so I can stamp them all and then clean them all later. So another one here and then another one here. And then we can just stamp them all over the place. So we have 6 and a little 6, and then we have a 4 and a little 4. And we are going to randomly put them all over this paper. So we have 3 colors, London Fog, Black, and Rhubarb. This is Rhubarb. All right, here we go. Let's start with Rhubarb. We'll do the big one in Rhubarb. We need a lot of red in the background. So practice once to make sure that we're happy. I am good with that. It's background, so as long as it stamps, I am happy with that. So this is going to be in the background. He'll be on top of it, so it doesn't matter where they are or how many you do. But remember, we're going to have to trim this paper down. I'm going to do an odd number because, you know, that's the way we roll in the craft world. So I'm going to do 5 of this one. Oh, that one I didn't get quite all the way, so we're going to touch it again just because I'm that brave. All right, and then on the other side, I'm going to use the little small 6 with the black. So I want these to stand out a bit. And I really am putting them randomly wherever. Anywhere, and we can add more if we need to later. Okay, that's 5 of that one. My husband knows your life till he was on the tractor and now the mower. Clearly he needs more training. Yeah, that happens. Sometimes. Okay, so we used both sides of that one. I like that they're round. I can stand it up since we haven't cleaned it. Just sit it up against something. Now we're going to move on. I'm going to move this black one real quick just so I don't stamp on it incorrectly. So the larger 4 one, we're going to use the Smoky Sky. Is that what it's called? Oh, London Fog. We're going to use London Fog. I feel like I want to say London Bridge is falling down, kind of. Instead of London Fog. I don't know why, but that's what it makes me think of. And these look like Legos. I like these. They look really good. I'm pretty happy with them. Let's see, maybe I'll put that one down a little bit lower. And we don't know exactly how it's going to look on the background because we are just placing the Legos here, but we're going to have to cut down this paper. So I'm going to keep adding until I feel really comfortable with the amount that I have. This time I'm going to do some of the smaller ones going back to the rhubarb. So this small 4 one, I'm just going to touch that. And I know there's a little more red on here, which we need because the background's going to be gray and, you know, so. But I think we're going to do 3 of each color of this little one right here. Sometimes our neighbors play music extremely loud. I mean, so loud that we can't hear the TV. And I always pray that they're not going to do that while I'm live. Okay, so this is the black. So we're just going to add a few more. Let's see, maybe here. Still using this small 4 square. I like that they're different sizes. I think that makes them work out really good. 1, 2, 3. That was all I was going to put. But we're going to do one more just because I already inked it up. Now I'm going to flip it over. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm going to go on to the gray. We got to do smoky gray. We need 3 of gray as well. Same one. So still that little 4 square. And I don't really care if the colors are like close to each other or not. It's not really what's important to me. That's 3. Do I want more? I think I do. I think I may want to do a couple in gray with the larger ones. Let's just do a couple. Just a couple. Like right here would be great, and we may end up cutting it off anyway, but I feel like we just need a few. Like around the outside. You know how that goes. Around the outside, around the outside. We have the small black ones, but not the larger black ones. So we're going to do a couple of those. Not too many, but just a couple. This one's going to go kind of off the page, so I know we'll probably be cutting that one off anyway. But just in case. I don't know how I want to cut the paper, so I want to make sure I have enough on there so that we don't have to go back and add again later. Where is there? Let's do it right here. Few around the outside. Now we're going to use the small 6 square for the reds, because remember the reds are the bigger ones. So if we use the small 6 square for the reds, we can put a whole bunch of them on there because we need that red. in there. So here we go. This is the rhubarb. And we can add quite a few of these wherever we need to. So there's one. Let's put one here. Let's put one here. I'll just feel better if it looks like it's filled in a little more before I decide to cut it up. I think I need one right here. And maybe here. It's looking pretty good. I'm kind of liking it. And I really like the different sizes. I think the different sizes make quite a difference. And I feel like I have enough filled in this center area that when we cut it down, it'll be great. So feeling pretty confident, even though I didn't practice this and we're just winging it. But winging it's half the fun for me, I think. All right, so we have those. We're not done with that though. We're still gonna have to do some colors. Ooh, and we have these ones that we stamped off. Maybe we'll end up cutting them out and layering them up or something. You never know. Let's let that dry along with our little Dale over here. And then we're going to color our blocks. Let's see, what color do we want him to stand on? I don't know, somehow I lost, oh, there it is. Like somehow I lost that paper. Maybe we have to make Thor's hammer. So I'm gonna actually use a pencil first, just because I want to make sure I can actually get this going the way I want it to be. So I'm just gonna use this mechanical pencil because it's teeny tiny. And what I want to do is just like I want there to be a little bit of a, and I'll go over this with the multi-liner when I'm done, but I want there to be this little base right here that really holds the hammer on there. And then we're gonna put this little handle going down here. It doesn't have to be too long, but it does have to fit in his hand. So we definitely got to get it a little bit long. Let's see. Close. We'll keep going just a little bit longer. And then at the bottom, and curve it around like this. Well, it looks, and then it has like these little rope thingies around it, like this. So we'll just put those in there so we can color them in. And again, we'll go over it with the multi-liner so it'll be more specific on how it goes. We have a link for this set. I have to have this stamp set. Thor is my D&D name. Oh, cool. Yes, I can send you the link. I can definitely do that. Okay, now on this girl, she has like a little rope thingy, but I don't remember there being one of them on his little thing, so I'm not going to do that. I also want to do just a little bit to this part of the hammer, because his hammer is like this, and then there's all these little like cracks in the Thor's hammer. So we just need a few cracks in there, and then we can color it up, making it look just like what we wanted it to look like. So what happens is I'll multi-line it, and with the multi-liner that I have, and then I'll erase the pencil. That way you won't see it. So I'm going to use a 0.35, 0.35. Oh, thanks, Beth. I try. Okay. Now I'm going to draw this in exactly where I want it to be. we're hoping that we can keep our lines straight. Sometimes we can, sometimes we can't. It's okay. And then we need these little like leather strap wrap around thingies. And then I'll work on this part of the hammer. So I'm basically, I mean, I know it looks like I'm just making this up, but I'm really using the actual Lego that I have as a idea. So see how the hammer has all the little cracks on it, and I'm just gonna put them in here. They'll look a little funny, but it's okay. That's all we want, is just some cracks so it looks like it's been working really hard. There we go. That's good enough. So now we have a hammer and we have something for him to stand on. Let's see if it's big enough. See? It works exactly where his feet would go on his little pedestal there. All right. So we know this is a double layer Lego. It's not a single layer Lego. We can tell that by the size if you know anything about Legos. So what I'm going to do is make a line on here like the Lego is layered up. You know, we want it to know that it's a double layer Lego. You know how that goes. Double layer Legos. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put a darker and a lighter color. That way we can see the difference between the two. And since his pants are fairly dark, you have to put a lot of detail on this because Dale likes that. Yes, exactly. I do have a Thor Lego, but nobody answered who they think. I only have, how many did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Lego characters, but 2 of them are the same character. So Thor is one. That's actually Lady Thor. I don't have Thor. Okay, so for the lighter grays, I have C3, 1, and C00, 0. So we are going to use that for the top of the hammer. Oh, we need to erase. Don't forget to erase. You have to erase your pencil, because if you go over your pencil with Copics, then you can't erase it. So make sure you erase your pencil before you move on. There we go. It has to be down. Yep. Yep. So true. And so here we go with C3. So we're just going to put a bit of that along the edges here. You know, years and years and years ago, we used to go to this gaming convention in, I think it was in Illinois. And we would camp when we went there. We would go camping and spend all day at the gaming convention and then just go back to the campsite and sleep. And that was a really long time ago. So I had been learning Copics. I'd been doing Copics for maybe 5 or 6 years. And I was coloring some of the characters for this tabletop game that my husband liked. He found some of the images online and I was just coloring them. And I was sitting in the back of the room coloring. I was sitting on the floor while he was attending this little seminar thingy. And we were just hanging out, and all of a sudden, I'm like, I didn't even see it starting to happen, but all of a sudden there were all these gamers standing around me going, did you color that? Oh my gosh, can I have it? Can I buy it? Can I, you know, I mean, and I was overwhelmed. There were a lot of people around me, and I'd never sold any art, so I didn't even know what to say. But that was the first time I sold any of my colorings, because my husband was like, sell it. One of them I said, well, I already sold the other ones. This is the only one I have left, and it's not finished yet. And the guy was like, I don't care. I'll take it just the way it is. I was like, okay. But they were really excited. So then when we went in consecutive years, I would always enter into the contests, the coloring contests, and then win the gift cards for the game shop for my husband to use. E29, 27, and E25 is what we're going to do the handle of the weapon with. And I wonder, yeah, this, I'm going to have to go over this with the darkest brown because it's not gray, it's brown. So anyway, that's the story of how it first started all out for me. I mean, like, you color, but you don't think you're very good. You think, you know, oh, there's so many people color better than me. I'm still learning, but it's exciting when somebody wants it, you know? I'm sure you guys know what that's like. And if you don't, you will soon. E27 is next. And I think we're going to, even though on this one they're all the same color, I think we're going to add E23 to these little bands that are wrapped around. Because I think it'll give it just a little bit more dimension. So I'm just coloring in this little hammer that we made out of the Legos. Sandra from the Sassy Club is going to be surprised when she sees this Thor hammer out of her out of her Lego set. I think she's going to like it. Okay, E25. So we're going to finish off this part with E25, and then we're going to build the sides of the straps that are wrapped around. Just like this. Filling that in and just putting a little bit of color on the edges. And then we'll use that last color, E23, just to give that highlight color, like right along here. It's not a big difference, but it's just enough to give it just a little bit of. You know who else I think would really like this is my daughter. She's, oh my goodness, she has so many Legos. Like the whole set, like all of Hocus Pocus and the Lord of the Rings. Like I tell my son, practice makes progress. Everything we do, coloring is no different. That is absolutely true, 100%. I mean, I kid you not. I mean, nobody can do anything absolutely 100% every single day without fail. But I would say, in general, with rare exceptions, I colored every single day for a couple of years because I wanted to be really good, really fast. And you just can't. You gotta take the time to really learn. So even if it was only for 10 or 15 minutes, or like I would just color the face of that or just the pants or whatever, I picked up the markers every day to try, even if it was just for a short period of time, just to try to get better and better. And now I color almost every day as well. Like that never changed. There you are. You almost missed it. I would just said your name. You must have heard me. I said you were going to be surprised when you saw that I drew Thor's handle for the... Dale's going to hold the Thor weapon. And I made it out of your Lego. And now we're making this stand for him to stand on because, you know, because you gotta have a stand. It's gonna be hanging out. We're gonna blend this one together, just back and forth until it blends well enough. And then we're just going to add just a little bit of this C6 at the top. I paper pieced his shirt. And then this is C5, because we just want it to be in that gray area to match the other stamp pad that we used. And then C4, I think we'll finish it off. Back and forth. Yeah, we're having fun. This stamp set is super fun. Okay, so we made that look like two Legos stacked together. And now we're going to cut those out. The first ones were a mess up. So we stamped them the second time. I'm going to cut very close to this right here because I want to use the rest of this paper for something else that we're going to need. And I think it'll fit on this little piece of paper. So we're just going to set that aside. You love the background also? Yeah, we're about to build that in. We have a couple more steps to go. But this is going to be his little pedestal he's going to be standing on. Because he's the superhero, and it's his birthday card, so he has to be special. So there's the little pedestal. That part is done. That will go on there. How do you like Versaclear? I like the Versaclear. I use it for I used it for this background, and then I use it when I'm doing sentiments because it's just darker than all the other blacks that I've tried. Now, I'm sure there's other black ones that other people have that are on the market that are very black and work very well. Out of the ones that I have used is all I'm going to say. I like the VersaFine Clair. Like I used to always use just VersaFine. And then I didn't know what the difference was, but I went and visited a friend and they had the VersaClair one, the VersaFine Clair. And man, I fell in love with it. I had to go buy it. I really like it. I'm pretty happy. I haven't tried any of the colored ink, other ones, the other colored ink pads. Just the black. And that's just because I don't tend to own any colored stamp. See, that I barely was able to find this little teardrop of Memento because I just don't buy colored stamp pads because I color everything. So it's rare that I ever need a colored stamp ink pad. So I don't usually do that. So many inks on the market, so I haven't tried that one, but I'm always so curious. Yeah, I really like it. I'm happy with it. Okay, we got to cut this one too. Remember we said we were going to use these. I mean, no sense in wasting them. This was just our test stamp, but we might as well make them dimensional on the background because, you know, I mean, Thor's going to have a hammer. He's got to be fighting something off. He'll be fighting off these flying Legos. There we go. And this one, we might as well use what we got. You know, I don't like to waste anything. We work hard on these pieces. We might as well use them. We could also use them on the inside of the card if we wanted, you know, just no sense in throwing them away. If you can find a use for them, you might as well do it, right? There we go. This is definitely so many ink. Yeah. Okay, and this is going to be our other background paper, and then this is going to be our cardstock. This is going to be so cool. I'm really excited. All right, we're gonna need the paper trimmer, which I had a visitor this weekend, and I'm not really sure where my regular paper trimmer is. Oh, I found it. Hold please. We were passing it around while we were crafting this weekend, so I didn't have it handy. Let's see, what else do we need? Oh, I know what else we need. We need to build the last piece. Your husband Jimmy is going down. Time for you to take over. Win that cribbage game. So, Sandra, I don't think you were on here, but the shop will open on June 14th. That's grand opening. So we announced that a little bit earlier. So anybody who wasn't here, now you know, you're in the know. I'm going to cut this paper down. I'm really excited. We're very excited here. I'm going to cut this to 5 1/4. We got to cut it the right way because it has words on it. By 4. It's actually paper actually in the Thor language, I guess, whatever that place he was from's language. So we want that on here. And then we got to cut this down now to fit on there. Oh, that's okay. It goes this way too. All right. And I'm going to cut it down quite a bit. I think I'm going to cut it down like an inch more than, well, let's go a 1/2 inch, and we can always change it up. So I'll do 1/4 on each side so that we have the same amount of Legos on the whole piece. We knew we'd cut some off, so I'm okay with that. It was this. I'll do 1/4 at the top and 1/4 at the bottom, and then we'll see how it fits on there. If you can't see any of the words, then I may cut it down a little bit more. Oh, I think it's going to be perfect. I wanted you to be able to see that there were words. You are choosing us all with that video. Oh yeah, I have another one too that I'm going to post tomorrow, another teaser video. It's going to be fun. Yep, I've been taking some videos as we've been creating, so I could do teaser videos. It's fun that way. There we go. That's the intent. And then let's see how this works out. So this is going to go right here. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Let's go ahead and glue this on so we have it in the right spot. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on his little hand right there. And then I'm going to place it in his hand. And I'm going to hold it for a couple seconds so that it stays. Oh my goodness. How cute is this? Killing me, Smalls. And then this will be the one that he stands on because you know his feet connect. And then those will be the extras. And then we'll place him probably in the middle. Well, no, let's put him a little bit to the side. Like maybe we'll put him about right here. His hammer will be a little bit off the paper, which is fine. We'll use these. They're gonna be great. That one goes right there. This one will probably go here. And then we need to make a sentiment. So we have to make a birthday sentiment. So I saved that little piece of paper to do my birthday sentiment. And we're gonna make it. You like the layering? Well, we stamped them to practice and then I didn't want to throw them away. So we're going to start off with this. This is a 2-part stencil. So hang in there and you'll see both parts in just a minute. So we're going to start off with this one right here. And then we're going to move it and put the other one. So here we go. Huh? I have to. I need it. There we go. And then I'm going to grab that red ink and a brush. I'm going to use the same red ink, and I'm going to use one of these little brushes here. This one's from Rabbit Hole Designs. It's just the one that I happen to have a whole bunch of these that are unused. And since I'm using this heavy ink, it dries pretty quick, so you got to get it on there, and it'll probably be a little splotchy when it goes on unless you layer it really thick. But I'm okay with that. There we go. Okay, that makes that pretty good. Now I'm going to use this other word right here. I want to be able to cut these words out around the bubble. So I am placing them not in order, just placing them here. This one needs to be on there a little bit. Now we're going to fill this one in. This is fun. Just think about, you could do this in rainbow. That would be fun too. Whatever color you want for the background of your words. Okay. Now I'm going to take that and put it off to the side, and I'm going to pull out the other part that I have, and we're going to change colors to the VersaFine Clair, and I have a different ink thingy. You all made my night. And we're going to put this one right on top of that. So all we have to do is get that lined up just the way that we want it. And when we do, I have not said anything. We're going to stick the magnets on here so I can go on here. And we're going to deepen that up with this VersaFine Clair. There we go. It is Sandra. I know, I just got told, you're not supposed to be showing that. I said I needed it. I'm going to go ahead, just cut this part off just so it doesn't smear with the other word. So now we're going to put the second word over top of that. Just like this. There we go. I'm just going to use my little magnets here to hold everything still. There we go. She said, it's okay, Dale, the people demand it. Yes, they always want to see.
Yeah, I've been wanting to
He's been wanting to show this one, and I was like, no, we are not showing it. And then I realized I needed it for this card, and so I was like, I'm doing it. Surprisingly, he did not ask me tonight what I was doing, so I did not. I got away with it. By the time he got here, it was already happening. And I was like, oh, well, I'm already doing it now. I think this is way faster than using a die cut. Yeah, me too.
Well, it's something I've been wanting to do.
Yep. So Dale designed it. He is very good at that.
But,
and like I've said before, anytime you're cutting around a word like this, it does not have to be perfect. Notice I just wiggled the little scissors over it. Nobody is going to analyze if it's perfectly cut around that edge or not. You could do this directly on the background, but we already had a background, so I needed it to be separate. So that is why I'm having to cut it out. Otherwise, you don't technically have to cut them out. So you don't have to worry about that. I just don't want to smear the ink. Sometimes the ink stays wet a little longer. So trying not to touch it too much because I don't want to smear it. We'll let it dry while we put the rest of the card together. So there's a reason I paused and did certain things in certain steps, because I wanted to give things time to dry. Oops, I don't want to go off the page. There we go. And here we go. And done. So this one's going to go up there.
And this is just a starter stencil.
Yeah. Did I miss a spot there? Just a teeny one. That's what'll make it look realistic. Do you know whose card this is? Do you know? Yeah. Because that's you.
You usually do sexy girls for me.
I know, but not tonight.
That's why you didn't give him a hat or anything? Because bald head?
Because you have bald head. Yeah. There is a Lego guy that has hair in the set.
Well,
but
if it's me, then his eyebrows should be a little bit closer together.
Yeah, Dale said, is that me? It's him. Look, I made Thor's hammer too. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I saw that you did broken up Mjolnir.
I did. I wanted him to have some details.
That's signing off.
Yes, good night. I can't wait too. I'm excited. There'll be more sneaks coming out. Another video, teaser, stuff like that. All right, almost done. Cha-ching. All right, let's assemble.
Show them I see they like that.
Dale has these, but I told him they don't match. I can't use them because they don't match my papers. Yes, June 14th is when the store opens. The 14th is my birthday. The 17th is Dale's birthday. Fancy tools and suits. That's so true. Dale does have the fancy tools and suits. That is for sure. That's right. Be there, be square. Be watch for the lives, because I'll come on and give more details about the shop and sections and what's in there and what you might want to look for or not miss out on.
It was funny, your friend
The
was
things
asking,
that are limited.
It was funny, your friend was asking how I did something. And I was just like, I'm a cosplayer. I've been doing this for years.
Yeah. Yeah. If someone says, oh my gosh, how did you figure that out? Please. He's been doing that for years in the cosplay world. Yes, it's my birthday too. Yep, the 14th is my birthday. Yep, that's why we chose to release on my birthday. And then right after mine kicks into Dale's on the 17th. So, yep, we're Geminis over here in our household. That's child's play for Dale. Yeah, exactly. There we go. All right. And we're going to put this one on there. All right. We're building it up now. I think I'm going to do one little trim after I put this on there.
Sandra says she's a July baby. Didn't she have a baby in July too?
You're a July baby? Are you having your baby in July? We are close. Are you having your baby in July? You're going to have another July birthday? Is your baby due on your birthday? Haley's baby was due on her birthday. She didn't have him on her birthday, though. She was in the hospital, but she didn't have him until 3 days later. which sounds like a long time, but you might. Hey, Beth, you're in July too? Oh, we have some birthdays coming up. Okay, we're going to glue this little guy on here. I'm going to glue Dale to the card. I've been calling him Dale all night because you were gone. But I knew you'd be back and see it before it was done. But that's what you just get to see your birthday card before it happens.
It's the happy birthday you need to do from the Lego movie. Everything is awesome.
Everything is awesome. I would if this wasn't a birthday card, but since it's a birthday card. But yes. I also like the sentiment that's in the set. And I'm probably put that on the inside later. Okay, I need some pop-up dots for these.
We need to make a stamp set so we can use my sentiment. Love, peace, and chicken grease.
Yeah. So, not only me, but we're also going to be eventually getting Dale to do some lives too. What do y'all think about that? And he gets to do all the talking, and I get to be in the background and say all the things. July besties. Yes, it would be funny to be born on your birthday. Don't realize how hard it is to do words.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, it is really hard. I know. I asked for it like a long time ago, and he's been wanting to do it, but it takes a lot to...
Yeah, it was a lot of custom editing.
Yep.
And trial and error.
Got these Legos flying everywhere. I really like this Lego set, and I like that it's very vague so that you can do so much with it. And I think that makes it even better because you can create your own. I mean, let me just tell you, I was going crazy with all the different things I could do. And nobody guessed what my Lego is. I guess you guys aren't going to guess. So I'm going to show you. I have... I have two Stitch. I have two Stitch Legos. I have weird Legos. They don't even match or go together, but I have two Stitch. I have Sam. That's why more companies don't have letter stamps. You guys did really great. It would be Stitch. Yep, it would be Stitch. I'm trying to think if I want to put this one above or below. So let me see where the words fit. Oh, yep, I'm going to have to put it down here. There we go. And then I think we're going to pop these up too, because why not? Oh, and then Halo.
That's fine.
and the girl Thor. You should have guessed that by now. Yeah. I like everything Stitch. I even surprisingly liked the new movie. I sometimes I don't like the remakes, but I really liked this one. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it. It's not like it follows the same type of line as the movie, but it has a lot of differences in it. But still good. Still good. That's what Stitch says, in case you didn't know. You cried and all. Yeah, it was good. I tend to not like the live actions. That's so true. Me either. I tend to not like the live actions, but
Aladdin was really good.
What?
Aladdin.
Aladdin was really good. I was very happy. I've watched Aladdin a lot. I really liked that one. I thought they did really good with that one. But the other ones, they weren't my favorite for sure. All right, one more, and then I will have this part done. We'll be able to pop up our words.
action and content.
Hey, Sandra, did you see, and Cheryl, did you see that they have the new robot? What's it called? Robot? The one that we watched?
Wild Robot.
Wild Robot. They have Wild Robot. Is it on Disney?
No, I thought we watched it on
Netflix or
Netflix.
Hulu? One of those. Anyway, it's on. It's really good. We liked it a lot. It's a new animated movie, but it's about a robot. It was really good. We liked it. Be good for the grandkids and the kids. All right, here we go. We're going to put our last word on there. I tend to not put bling on there if it's a boy birthday, so I'm probably not going to do that. I kind of like it just like that. But look at that. Now we have a Lego birthday. How fun is that? I mean, we could do so much. I almost thought about using seeing if your stamp set that you have that has these in it, if the head would fit on the body. Your boys have made you watch it like 20 times. Yeah, it's really good. So I almost did that, and then I was like, oh, I wonder if that die would fit. That die would fit on the Lego bodies, but I didn't have time to like go check all of those out, so I decided to run with this one. I really, really like it. I'm going to use the white gel pen to fix his eyes. You know, I like to put those dots in the eyes because that's just the way that I roll. It's so cute. I can't even with this. It's so cute. Okay, here we go. Legos in the background. Look, he's got his little hammer on his shirt and those fancy words. You need to grab some stencils. Yeah, and they're popped up. Even Legos are popped up. I really like how it came out. I'm super happy. I like it when I just have an idea and no idea what it's going to look like, but I just roll with it and it works. It makes me happy. So I'm super glad you guys joined me, and it was fun. We did a whole bunch of different techniques tonight, so that was really great. We announced the shop opening will be June 14th. I will be doing a live either Friday night or Saturday. Watch the group for the announcement. I will be announcing when that will be so you can get prepared and attend. And then I'll tell you more about the things that are in the shop and how that's all going to work out. Not this Friday, next Friday. A week before. No, the day before. So this Friday is the 6th and 7th. Next week after that it opens, and on that Friday or on release day or grand opening day is when I will go live. You will see my face. If you haven't seen my face lately, you just see my hand. Then I will go live and show my face, and we'll talk about the new release, the new product. We won't be able to touch on everything, but we'll give you an overview. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys there, so definitely come pop in for that. And you guys have a great evening. Yes, set your alarms. Have a great evening, a great weekend, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for more fun. Online store. It'll be an online store. But you know, Diana, you live really close to me, so you know you can always swing by and shop here. You're not that far, so if you come through Dallas, you can certainly pick up stuff here. But other than that, yes, it's an online store, and I am super excited. Yep, you can definitely come see me. So you guys have a great evening, and I will talk to you next week. Good night. Thanks for joining.